guys get seated, I will introduce our next speaker, and it is my esteemed pleasure to introduce Dr. Gretta Berghammer. Gretta fell in love with all things drama and theater. She's the one who introduced me to it. At the tender age of 6, when she was selected by chance to perform in a school play. That early passion has found a permanent place in Gretta's life. As a professor of theater for youth and drama education, her days find her teaching, playing, dramatizing, and making all sorts of theatrical mischiefs with young people, 4 to 104. Her presentation tonight will focus on her latest project of passion. Let's give Gretta a big round of applause.
Project. I want to begin by asking you all to pretend with me. I want you to imagine a room that is full of young people. And I want you to continue that pretend, that imagination. And I want you to imagine that you can feel their energy. And that you can truly sense their passion. They're excited. They're giggling. They're watching you. I want you to imagine that this group of young people is sharing ideas. Sometimes it's verbally, sometimes it's non-verbally. They're making eye contact with each other, and even though they are going out of their mind with excitement, they're trying really hard to wait until it is their turn. Although they're working hard. And now I want you to imagine that they're imagining too. They are playing pretend. They're playing pretend with stuff, and they're playing pretend with each other, and they're having a great time playing pretend, and it's really not pretend, it's real. And keep imagining all of that. The eye contact, the ideas, the nonverbal, the verbal, the excitement, the I want to tell you what I'm doing, but I'm going to wait my turn. We've got objects, we've got people. I'm playing, I'm pretending, I'm playing. And now I want you to imagine that every single person in that room is on the autism spectrum. Does that change what you've got going in your head? Does that change your image? Hope not, because I've not only imagined that world, I've created it with my latest drama program called Spectrum Theater, which is an umbrella of the Sturgis Youth Theater that I run in Cedar Falls, Iowa. I'm pretty passionate about drama, and kids, and I believe that drama may be one of the best ways to engage young people on the autism spectrum, both in inclusive and spectrum-specific environments, not just for me as a teaching artist, but I'm talking about classroom teachers and doctors and therapists and counselors and parents. ASD, autism spectrum disorder, is a collection of behaviors that indicate a neurological delay. And nobody really knows why or how. The only thing we know is that it touches every single culture and every single race on the planet. It's diagnosed by a medical professional who observes 5 or more what are called profile marker behaviors in a young person. And these are behaviors that negatively impact their ability to socialize or to communicate. And because of all kinds of wonderful breakthroughs, we can now figure that out as early as age 2. And for some unknown reason, it's 5 times more common in boys. And the only mantra that I can tell you is real is that every child on the spectrum is unique. If you know one kid on the spectrum, you know one kid. Because the profile marker behaviors that include an inability to make eye contact or to engage in or to stand with a reflective motor skill, or who are fixated on a certain topic. I mean, those are the things that happen. And the latest profile marker behavior is a lack of spontaneous pretend play as early as age 2. And this is where I started to get excited. Not because we found yet another way to diagnose, but because I could do something about this, because I do drama. And all drama is pretend play. And the great thing about dramatic play is that all of us can do it because all of us are born with the ability to imitate and imagine. The only difference between maybe me and a young person on the autism spectrum is that they have to be taught how to play spontaneously. And I'm really good at that, and I love doing it. So what I do is introduce kids on the spectrum to the joy of play by modeling activities, by providing a catalyst. I use drama techniques such as pantomime and movement and story and character and dialogue. And I use pretend play to help them learn what typical kids learn when they play, which is how to read social cues and what humor is and what's funny and body language and facial expressions and gestures and collaboration and emotion and the wonderful world of playing pretend. I use drama to help them learn how to receive and give back language. Sometimes it's verbal, but boy, in a third of my kids, it is nonverbal. We play with our bodies and our faces and with sounds and with movement and with shape. Autism is very much a world of mystery. And thanks to all the new technology and the amazing things that we're learning about the brain and the way people learn, we're discovering a lot more about it. We're finding new ways to diagnose and to treat autism. And and I really hope that someday we're going to be able to prevent it. But until that day comes, Spectrum Theater is going to be there on Sundays at the University of Northern Iowa and Monday through Friday in schools in Cedar Falls and Waterloo, supporting and helping them learn to create and collaborate. Thank you.